So, good morning to all. I hope you all are staying safe at home. I've brought a beautiful quotation for all of you. Let me read it first. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. So, always try to believe in yourself. Okay. So last class I had completed one important part of chapter 3, that is if else statement. I hope you all have practiced, and during revision class also, doubt class also, I had given a rough idea to you people how to execute it on Android or on Windows. So I hope you all are practicing it. I know that you all have to prepare for periodic test 1 also, and for that the syllabus is chapter 2, number system. I hope you all are aware of that chapter, what things can come, like all the conversions you need to practice for that chapter. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me through Campus Care or through the WhatsApp group also. You send a message to Sugandha ma'am and she will forward it to me. Okay, so let's start with today's class. That is the next topic of chapter 3, that are loops. Okay, so for that, first you need to understand what are loops. Okay, to make you understand, I'm giving you a simple example. Suppose you have been asked as a punishment to take 10 rounds of your school ground. Okay, so sometimes it becomes difficult to keep an account how many rounds you have completed. In that case, what you have to do, you will take one variable, let's say the variable is n, and initially when you haven't started taking any of the rounds, you will put its value to 0, and after completing every round you will increment its value, and when that value becomes 10 you will stop it there. So what have you understood from this example? That you are doing a particular task for a number of times. Like here you have taken 10 rounds of the ground, school ground, and you started initially with 0. So loops are used in tasks that are repetitive in nature. Okay, which are completely means you have to repeat it number of times. I have a very simple definition for this which you can learn. Okay, in other words, a loop is a programming structure that repeats a sequence of instructions until specific condition is met. And one more example of a punishment can be given, that sometimes you are forgetting the book at home and we are asking you to write 50 times that I'll not repeat it again. Rarely it happens. Nowadays students are very much responsible, I must say. But when in our times it was a regular habit for some of the naughty students that they were being asked to write it 50 times, 100 times. So in that case, same thing they were repeating. So these things can be done with the help of loops. Okay, so another example which is given in your book, that you'll have to climb up the stairs for one step by using your right leg and another one by using your left leg, and the condition is until you reach the top. Okay, so these things can be executed with the help of loops. So there are basically the two common types of loops which are used by most of the programmers. First one is the for loop and second one is the while loop. So in today's class I'm going to discuss for loop first, because if one class only both the loops I'll discuss, it will be difficult for you to understand. So let's begin with the for loop. Here the for loop is used when you know that how many number of times you have to do it. Okay, and it means the number of steps are fixed. Like I am asking you that print the value from 2 to 20. Okay, 2 to 20 means I know that every time how many times the loop will run. When I'll reach 20, I'll have to stop there. I know the initial value. I know how many times I'll have to take the step. So these type of things can be done with the help of for loop. Okay, so in that case, first you need to understand this. Let me highlight it for you. This syntax. Okay, here the first you have to write for any variable, like the previous example which I gave. There I had taken the variable as n. So anything can be taken, a, b, c, d, anything can be taken as the variable. Then here you will give the initial value from where that example you just call out. You're going to take 10 rounds of the school ground. For initially, what will be the value? 0. So here expression 1 can be 0 in that case. 2, TO is a keyword here. You'll have to write it like this only. And after that, where you want to reach, when 0 becomes 10. And every time what you have to do, you will increment it by 1. Clear? So here this is also a keyword, this is also a keyword, and this is also a keyword. So this way you'll have to write for take any variable equals to its initial value to its final value, then write the keyword step, means by how much you have to increment every time. You will be writing just next to it. When I give an example, it will be more clearer to you, but you must learn the syntax. There can be a question like write the syntax for loop. So this is the way you will be writing it. And then for closing it, like in if statement you are closing it like end if. Here you will be closing it with this keyword next, and just after writing next, you will repeat the same variable which you had written in the beginning. Like if you have written n here, here also n should be there. If something else you are writing, it will not be accepted. This is also known as the counter. Counter means it keeps an account that how many times you have repeated the job. Okay. Initially, if it is 0 and you are going to repeat it like print that value, print I will be right. Here any number of statements can be there which you want to do. Okay, like I want to print that value, so only print statement I will be here, and every time that value will get printed. So here I am just giving you the example. Suppose you want to print numbers from 1 to 10. So in this case you will take initial value as 1, because I know that from where I need to start 1, and final value will be 10. And every time by how much you have to, like 1, 2, 3, 4. What's the gap in between? Only 1. So every time this variable which I have taken I has to be incremented by how much? 1. If you need to increment by 2, then you can give the value of step as 2. Any number can be given here. Okay, then inside next I, here you will close the loop, and for this loop what you have to do, I want to print it the number of times, so I will be using print statement. You all are aware of this print statement. What I am going to print I. So I have given this arrow marks also. You can understand this is the initial value, this is the final value, and this is by how much you are going to increase the value. Okay, and here it will be next I. Remember, these two should be same. Okay, now let's take one practical example. Two more examples are there. First one, write a program to print the multiplication table of 2. You can note down these in your copies. First program, here the some of the statement or first statement is hidden because of this. So you need not worry, I am reading it for you. The question is, write a program to print a multiplication table of 2, and the second one is write a program to print numbers from 20 to 1. Okay, here we have to start from greater value to smaller value. Okay, and in this one, multiplication table of 2. So in general, if you will see multiplication table of 2, you started from 2 and you will end at 20, and every time 2, 4, 6, by how much increment should be there? 2 only. So take any variable, start its value from 2 to which value? 20, and step will be 2. What do you have to do? Print that value and then next variable. So let me show you how it can be done. Here it is. For I am taking I as the variable. You can take here A, B, C, N, Z, anything can be taken. But this value and this value should be same. For I equals to 2 to 20, what will be the steps value? 2. What do you want to do? Print its value, print I, and then next I. What will be the result of this? It will print the multiplication table of 2. Same way it can be done for any multiplication table. Suppose I am giving you the multiplication table of 5. Simply replace the value, start it from 5 till 50. Every time by how much you have to increment? 5. Okay, here 5, then print I, next I. So it's a very easy question which can be done. So any multiplication table using this can be done. Now next question was, you have to print the numbers from 20 to 1. Like the initial value is 20 and the last value is 1. So here we have to decrement the value. So here in this case where the initial value is greater than the final value, steps value will be negative. Like every time we need to decrement the value. So how it can be done? See here. A program to print numbers from 20 to 1. For I equals to 20 to 1, step will be -1. Since here 20 is the initial value which is greater than the final value. So every time we have to decrement its value by -1. Rest of the things are same. So for loop can be used for incrementing as well as decrementing the values. Okay. So this was the last program which I wanted to tell you. Now I'm going to start with the practical. Okay, so the program for finding for using for loop, the first program was for printing the values from 1 to 20. How to write? For is the keyword. You will write here for. Take anything, like I'm taking n equals to 1. Then 2 is the keyword. Up to which value? I suppose up to 10 you want to go. Every time how much you want to increase. After writing step, you will give that value 1, and then just shift this cursor inside towards right hand side so that it will appear like it is part of for statement. Here I am writing print. What do you want to print? I want to print n's value every time it is getting changed, and then finally how to close it. Next, what is written here? N. So I will be writing here n. So now how to run it? Click on run. You will see the values getting printed from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So if you want to find the multiplication table of 2, n equals to 2, up to which value you want to go? 20. By how much you want to increment? 2, and rest of the things will be same. Like I want to print its value, and next n, run it, you will get the table of 2. Same way for table of 3. What will you have to do? You need to start with 3, where you need to reach up to 30, and by how much every time you will increment? By 3. Now run, you will get the table of 3. I hope you have understood this. Next is, if you want to print the value in reverse order, that was initial value was 20 and then final value was 1, and what do you have to do? After step, every time by 1 you want to minus, then -1, and rest of the things will be same. You can see in reverse order 20, 19, 18, 17. So keep on practicing for loop at home. For many questions you can practice, and for any doubts do post your queries to me through Campus Care, through my YouTube channel or the WhatsApp group created by the class teacher. So for the time being, that's all. Thank you. Have a nice day and keep on learning and studying. Thank you.